There's only one way out of work, and that is to escape. Today, I have 3 points that I want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen. My first point is talking about the history of work. And I like this. This is interesting because the way we work today, the way is work is set up, is baked in through laws, legislature, and it's just a part of life. It's a big part of life. And when I share with you, ladies and gentlemen, the history of work, you're gonna probably like trip out. So, the history of work is started with hunters and gatherers. You had the hunters that were going to get the food. Gatherers are people. Shout out to the one person in the building. Gatherers are people that like a ant. An ant will get his food in the summer and chill for the winter. That's a gatherer. So a gatherer is a person that stores food, like store stuff, for um downtowns. That's what a gatherer is. So it went from being hunters and gatherers to agriculture. When agriculture came in, like farming, you had that's when slaves were first introduced. So you have the slaves working the fields and stuff like that on a small scale, but then that's when you had people wanting to be. That's when bosses came into existence. You had the slaves and you had the slave people that um were slave bosses or whatever. So after you had the agriculture run, the history continues to trades and tradesmen, carpenters, shoemakers, cleaners, things that people spent money on. That's when the tradesmen came into existence. After the tradesmen, you had the industrial revolution, and this is where modern day work starts. So the factories, or the big machines, you had the invention of the machines, and people would just work for 16 to 20 hours a day. That was normal. And I don't know what year, let's just say the 1700s when um the machine started coming around. So people will work a lot of hours. I think they said that people will work 100-hour weeks. So I'm talking about escaping, yeah, for sure, bro. um so they made a law. Let me see if I have this law. And Henry Ford was supposed to be like the savior, and it was where, let me see. Yeah. See, it says it was nearly 100 years ago. Henry Ford slashed the work week from 5 days a week. I mean, from 5 days a week from 6 days, instituted the 8 hour workday. So an 8 hour workday wasn't even a thing. You know what I mean? So um they made laws surrounding, okay, you should work 8 hours a day, sleep 8 hours a day, and chill 8 hours a day. And that was the thing. So this says 100 years ago. So this is ingrained in life. This is ingrained in people's psyche. This is what people think, this is how people think. So if it's in an ethos of how people think, then the only way to get out of group think about work is to escape, is to take the only way out. It's only one way, and that is to escape. That's the only way. Because if you're just going along and get along, you're caught up, you're wrapped up in a hurricane of history and the past and government, legislature, groupthink, and things like that. So it's gonna be hard for you to win if you don't get yourself out of this jam. If you don't get yourself out of this jam, you ain't getting out of the jam. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say like the stream. And if you guys want information on how to get up out that jam, email me or inbox me and I can help you with doing that. Like the stream for the algorithm. So the let's talk about the solutions and what must be done if you want to escape the work environment. Because what happens, the downsides of work is not enough time, not enough money, messing your body up, no time to live. That was what people were fighting for. That's when unions were formed and stuff like that. So the employer was taking advantage of the employee to whereas they own their life. Your job was your life was to work, was to produce, was to go to this factory. That was your life. So it's not too much different now because they saying it's 8 hours a day. You work, but now they instituted 4 12s, 4 10s, and stuff like that. So work is still for sure. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody watching. So it's all about getting you to fucking deuce for them so that they can be rich, so they can go out and buy shit, so that the people that's business owners or the owners can enjoy life while you fucking slave your whole life. That was the culture in the 1800s, the 17 and 1800s, and it's still the culture today. So if you don't escape being fucking worked to death, and they be like, okay, you can work from home. Now you got the computer all in the bed. You got it at 12 o'clock at night. You're answering emails at this time, that time. So you have to pull yourself out of that system if you want to win. And that's my first point. My second point is things you must do in order to be successful. And this is good because the first thing you have to do is you have to become your best self. You know what I'm saying? You have to become your best self. And that's just taking out time to clean the stove, clean the refrigerator, wipe the mirrors down, order some books, read some books, go for a walk, putting on lotion, upgrading your cooking standards. Instead of doing tacos all the time, those some different type of vegetables or different type of lean meats or something like that in there. Like do something like elevate your game. You know what I'm saying? Become the best version of yourself. The next thing on this point is you have to control your finance. You have to really control your finance because now it ain't just about working. These companies want to take all of your money because when they instituted the 5-day work week, people will go out on a weekend to spend money. That's why we have like the weekend now. So you'll work and then you have the weekend. And the weekend is still a thing today, whereas people work and you spend money. And the companies want you to spend all of your money. So you have to control your finance. Another thing is learning a new skill. Like I've just gotten into the skill of learning about antiques. And I'm like, man, this is a cool thing to learn. But another skill is we're getting into it, man. Come on, man. So the main skill that you want to learn is the skill of what your gift is. You know, you want to learn what your gift is. And when it comes to learning skills, you want to think like it's nothing that I can't learn. You want to have a it's nothing that I can't learn type of attitude. Accumulating assets is next because a lot of people, when I was talking about the money, a lot of people think that they're accumulating assets, but they're not. They're accumulating liabilities. You want to take, I'm gonna be straight with you. You want to take all the fucking money that you get and you want to um put it on yourself. You want to bet on yourself. That's the only way you're going to get out of the jam or the work system where you can put yourself in control of your life, where you can start to live your life. You have to get away from liabilities. You have to become rich in assets. And being rich in assets is things that's going to accumulate money. You don't want to get your paycheck and it goes here, 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 here. You look up, you ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you committed. That's why they say sign here. You know, everybody wants you to sign here. Sign your name for a car. Sign your name for a house. Sign your name for a cell phone. Sign your name. I would damn near go to say anything that you sign is a scam. You know what I'm saying? If you got to sign for it, then it could be an asset. I ain't gonna go that hard, but if you got to sign for it, like be weary of that shit. Like try to see if you could get something that you don't have to sign for. Like they making people sign for everything. But it's the commitment of that thing. So the world is, let's just say the world is 2,000 years old. So this is 2023. But the world is older than that because we got AD, that's Anno Dominion, and then you got no, you got BC, you got before Christ and after Christ. You know what I'm saying? BC and whatever. Before and after, right? So we're 2023 years after Christ, you know. So it's a lot of richness in the world. And I was saying that everyone should be a collector. Instead of spending all your time at work, when you get up out that jam, when you escape out that jam, like what's something you can do? You can become a collector. You could collect wood, you could collect American literature, you can collect currency, you could collect the first lamps, you could collect so many things. It's 2,000 years old, you know. You can collect, I was saying you can collect McDonald's memorabilia, the first cereal boxes and stuff like that. So I'm going to share my screen. And yesterday I was talking about how you can collect money. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that shit deep, right? So right here, you have the $1,000 bill right here. And I'm like, damn, this is cool. And then you can go up, just being a collector, you can get the $5,000 bill. You could get these. A lot of this currency is very rare, but it's possible. A $10,000 bill, it might be real hard for you to get that. You have to be a real collector probably to get that. And $100,000 bill, you probably won't be able to get that because they took all of those out of circulation, and I think the banks, the government got those. So you can get a $10,000 bill if you're lucky. You can get a $5,000 bill. That's possible. $1,000 bills are more common, and then you have the $500 bills. You know, so those things are very much possible for you to get, and that's just money. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, you could get rugs, old textiles, the first speakers. Like you guys would be surprised, like how much cameras, the first camera equipment is. You know, like I was looking at buying this camera, and I think it was like let's just say $3,000 for like an old ass camera, you know what I'm saying? And shit, it was what it was, you know what I'm saying? Like everything, you got collectibles in every field. So how do you escape from work? How do you escape? How do you get out that jail? How do you use your only opportunity? First off, you got to find your gift. You got to find out what it is that you're good at. Once you find out what you're good at, instead of spending all your money on liability, cars and houses and shoes, clothes, all that shit, you spend your money on developing your gift. That's what you want to put your money on you. You want to put all of your money on you. You can't quit when it gets super tough. And I didn't say you can't quit when it get tough, because being tough is an understatement for the tribulation that you may have to go through in order to be successful. So it may not just be tough, it can be super tough. Like, man, like I'm getting my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, I had my nice background, my nice digital background, had it all going, but I was watching my videos and my lips was moving like the Chinese videos back in the day where they'd be talking and the words would be going, but their lips would be still moving, be out of sync, you know. I'm like, damn, bro, like I fought this whole week to get my shit in order. And my shit was not in order, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still here. I'm here today. In attendance, and that's how you got to be. You got to be consistent. You got to be diligent. All that shit, you know what I'm saying, that people say that you got to be. You definitely got to be there. So when you don't quit after it gets super tough, then you're going to win the championship. You're going to be able to escape, you know. So I escaped that jam. I was a barber for 20 years, got up out that jam. And now I do the motivation, and I do little gig apps to keep my bankroll in order while I go on this run of helping people to transition out of their jam of work. You know what I'm saying? So that's the sauce, man. You want to escape from work because work is it started with hunters and gatherers, like I said, and when it was hunters and gatherers, then came the agriculture, so they needed people to work the fields. That's when slaves came in. Once the slaves came in, people were getting rich, and you had like the bosses. That's when bosses became a thing. You had employers, so you had the people working the field. You had the boss. You got the bosses. Now the bosses, they rich, so now they want to experience better things in life. So they want to go shopping. They want to eat out. They want to just chill and relax while people do the work. And that's where the skilled trade thing came in, because they needed people to fix their shoes. They needed like leisure in every area. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, carpenters, you had all the skilled trades, welding, you had all the skilled trades, you know what I'm saying, come in at that point, you know what I'm saying? And you had all the skilled trades. Then after that, you had the industrial, the industrial came, and that's when the current work system that we have now started. It was birthed. It was first 16-hour days. Then Henry Ford came along and said, I'm gonna give my people 8 hours, 5 days a week instead of 8 hours, 6 days a week. And that's when we got the weekend and kind of got like some work-life balance, because they used to work 16-hour days. It was just like your whole life was about production. Now they like, okay, you don't gotta just dedicate your whole. That's why unions came into the play and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't medical law or engineering, take a trade for sure. For sure. You know what I'm saying? You get top dollar, then you go invest in real estate. Yeah, for sure. So real estate, collectibles, anything collectibles, man. I'm willing to bet you, like I can it's a microphone collector that got a microphone for sale probably for $100,000. Art, old bottles of wine. Like if you get a bottle of wine, man, from 1860 something, well preserved, shit, you straight. Old Oriental rug, memorabilia from Like shit, look at Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you ain't even got to go far. You know what I'm saying? Shoes, yeah. Pokemon, they got $1 million Pokemon cards. That's the thing. Like like it's some people that save like the Obama newspaper and shit. Like I'm like, damn, that's kind of cool. The first newspaper, old speakers, old heaters, old lamps, lanterns, like memorabilia. Like I know a lot of blacks don't be like, damn, this America, like America is like a real good thing and shit. But if you get a piece of the Constitution, some old ass money, some old shit from America, man, shit, people become millionaires on reselling shoes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you get like the Virgil Off-White, you know what I'm saying? Get some original Virgil, get some old photos, the first Playboy magazine, like shit, antique furniture. Hey, y'all tap it in. You can make $1 million if you just believe in yourself. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's countless ways and opportunities to get rich. And I believe that everyone should be a collector because we got so many years of history, you know, to collect off of. So we collect off of the antiques and shit, right? So it's say someone got like an old ass barber chair and I'm working, but I can't get off because I gotta work, or I got these bills, I got these obligations. So I can't leave because I need the money. You know, this is what they try to put you in a jam to where you need the money. You need, you know what I'm saying? Like keep a low profile, even when like the title of this video was escaping, you know what I'm saying? Escaping from work. When you escaping, man, you can't be telling everybody. You know what I'm saying? Keep a low profile. You ain't gotta, you know, man, you getting about that jam. You know what I'm saying? Keep a low profile, don't tell nobody, and make your moves. So if I'm cutting hair, I'm working, but the dude got an old ass barber chair from the first barber chair, and I know I can get it for $20,000, but I know I could sell it for 40. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lick. And I was saying that you can make more money off of one antique per year than you can make off of working a yearly job if you're into collecting. That's deep. You can get something for $30,000. Say you get pay $30,000 for it, especially in the upcoming days because of inflation and how the money is becoming worthless. So if you even got some money, you're gonna be in good shape. You know what I'm saying? Because money is not gonna whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you find a flip, like nephew was saying, you flip shoes. But if you find a flip and you could pay $20,000-$30,000 for it, and you can sell it for, you can make $20,000-$30,000 off of it in one flip. That's someone's whole year of work. So we want to think different about money. We want to think about how money works, like antique watches. Just think of being an investor instead of consumer. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a consumer, be an investor. So we're 23 minutes in. Please like the stream for the algorithms. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to learn how to get up out that jam, you want to learn how to escape from work, I've done it. I'm a free man. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about building yourself up once you what's the word? Become your best self. It's about building yourself up so that you can continue to win, continue to get those assets, and continue to make it happen, man. It's your boy Chicago Motivation in the building, over and out, man. Thank you guys for tapping in. Appreciate you.